Hello everyone, my name is Brooke and I'm going to be talking about the CEO of Alaska Airlines, and his name is Bradley Tilden. Now, Bradley Tilden has been working for Alaska Airlines for about 22 years, so he's been a career employee with this organization and has spent a lot of his time manifesting and trying to find the best style and network that will find success within this company. So until 2008, he was the chief financial officer, and then in 2008 he was promoted from being the vice president and the chief financial officer to becoming the president and the CEO of the company. Now, within this promotion, he really emphasized that he wanted to focus on customer satisfaction and really change the game of the airlines. And what's really cool is actually for the last 11 consecutive years, Alaska Airlines has been named the highest in customer service among all traditional traveling services in North America, and that's according to the JD Power North America Satisfaction Study. So if we're going to go back in time, 2019, 11 years ago was 2008, and that seems to be right around the timeline that Bradley Tilden became the CEO of this company. So you can really see that focus of him wanting to expand on customer service really paying off. Now, another thing I want to dive into is I want us to all watch a really great video of Bradley Tilden talking about what he likes about working for Alaska Airlines. So let's stay tuned and watch. Now, if we want to look at the communication style of Bradley Tilden from this interview, I'd personally say that he's very personable. He wants to emphasize that friendly demeanor when he's talking to you. And from my research, I really think that he does convey that while working with his employees, his subordinates. Now, if we're looking at the entry-level base for Alaska Airlines compared to the corporate base of communication, they all share this platform and designated app for the company. Now, one thing that's super cool about this app is it kind of provides everybody within the employment district opportunities to view their schedule, news about the company, as well as upcoming events, things that are going on, things that might be changing with policy, and etc. And each post has opportunity for comments. So if we're taking a look at types of communication styles, you can really kind of see downward as well as upward communication really being applied here. Because if we're looking at an entry-level employee, and let's say there's a new post coming out about time off, they have the opportunity to contact their employer, reach more questions, but from there, you're actually going to see a diagonal chain of communication, because from the entry-level employees asking their questions, that's going to be sent over to the next corporate segment within the company. So you're just going to jump from department head to department head with receiving your replies. But it's a great platform to get all these employees engaged in one singular area where they can all be on the same page, the same basis about what's going on in the company. Now, one thing I really like is that Bradley Tilden, he's very involved in this app because he's really focused on finding that customer satisfaction for our travelers, as well as he wants to find satisfaction for employees. So if we're going all the way back to the first model, the first segments of this semester, we were going over what does it mean to be satisfied at work? What does it mean to be satisfied in your job? Well, that was a bunch of things. You're finding that gratitude at work. You're being told that you're doing a good job, that you matter here. So you feel like you're not going to be replaceable, easily replaceable, and two, that you're important, that you matter, that you can contribute something. And by doing that, that encourages employees to actually push and increase production at work. And one thing that you really see in this form of communication is that you have all of these employees at different levels being able to interact with one another, communicate, go into group chats and forums, and really connect with one another. And I think this provides a great basis to create that enjoyment in going to work, that satisfaction that employees are looking for, as well as that satisfaction that the CEO is looking for in his company. Not only does he want customer satisfaction from the travelers, he wants to think that everybody employed within the airline is doing above and beyond. He wants the employees to be happy. He doesn't want anyone to be miserable. The whole goal of working for such a pristine airline like this is that you're going to have the benefits, the management behind you, that you know you'll be supported every day and you'll be satisfied in your job.
Good evening. My name is Angelica Morales-Mays, and I'm going to talk to you today about Alaska Airlines. And we're going to discuss today the tactics that the company uses to both motivate employees as well as stockholders. We're also going to talk today about pay and whether or not it's a motivator. And we'll also talk about the mechanisms that the company uses for praise or whether they use feedback. So for starters, the primary focus that this company bases this diverse yet inclusive company is that they provide a sense of value, commitment, and connection to both their employees as well as their customers. The commitment for this company is so great that they've made it one of their strategic goals for the year. And how is it that they're showing us this? Well, they continue to provide high levels of passenger and employee safety, as well as provide a place of employment with diversity and equal opportunities. Employees are attracted and continue to be engaged. They're suppliers of high labor practices and provide a lot of giving in their community and community support. So amongst this, they were named amongst the top 20 airlines by airlineratings.com. Their range of employees and the diversity in their employees is seen because you see quite a bit of different ethnicities as well as sexes in other than what would be considered the traditional roles. You know, traditionally it was always thought that the females would be flight attendants, and you see males who are flight attendants, and you see women working out in cargo, you see women who are pilots, and it's just awesome to have such a great company that provides great customer service as well as great treatment of their employees. So amongst other things, they also are great to they have a strong commitment to community as well as environment. They give back to youth, education, medical, and community outreach, as well as maintain high levels of clean air with the gas, the fuel that's used. I'll also go into a little bit of personal experience that I've had with them since January. I've taken quite a few flights with them, and I took it upon myself because I knew that this report was coming up to talk to them and ask them. I pulled aside three, one was a male and two were females, attendants, and I asked them, I'm like, how do you like working for them? You know, just kind of between you and me. And all three were from the heart. You could tell that it was heart-based. What the emotion and the happiness that they felt about working there. They all had more than 3 years of experience working with them. One had actually been like a 8 or 9 year employee, left for a higher pay, and then came back because, you know, the grass is not always greener on the other side. They do provide great opportunities and great bonuses. So in talking about pay, they provide a performance-based salary, and they're looking for people who are going to continue to offer those values, and that the values that they establish are going to come across, that customer satisfaction. They're a company, so they're going to look for a little bit of cost control. They're going to look for someone who's going to continue to provide that customer loyalty, and with that, everybody makes profit. You have happy customers that keep on coming back to you when there might be another choice. Here in Alaska, yes, you're kind of limited to your choices, but we do have other choices. You know, for me, myself, I prefer Alaska Airlines time and time again. As far as their shareholders, they trade on the NYUSE under ALK. They do provide annual reports. They provide investor updates, SEC filings, quarterly earnings, and they're all readily available. And with that transparency, you want to continue to do business with them. As far as praise or feedback, both praise and feedback are provided with this company, as they're a large company and here somewhat to corporate ways. In airlines, everything is timing. So I looked up and I read some employees on Indeed.com had mixed reviews, although they still maintain an overall 4-star rating. Some people, you can kind of read into their responses that these are probably people that would have had an issue with whatever company you're working with. You're working with an airlines. Time is of the essence. You know, everyone's human, but on the same token, one mistake is a late. You know, safety is an issue. If you're running late, people tend to try to speed up to compensate, and there could be other underlying issues. You want to make sure that you are doing things the way you're supposed to be doing in a timely manner. So, and it's very apparent in their merit-based compensation. So that's all I have as far as Alaska Airlines. I love the company, and I get a chance to fly with them. I fly every time. Thank you.
Thanks.